Take 7.
Okay.
So I feel like that we have an issue that we need to discuss.
It definitely needs to be discussed.
We have an issue that we want to discuss. And, I mean, do you want to take the reins?
We need to talk about something that's not happening. And it's very important. And it comes from a phrase that I've said before. And, you know, they're wise words, and I feel like it's an important life lesson, but it's also led to people doing things that aren't happening. And what that phrase is you can't go to a clown with a knife and expect a hot dog. You can't do that.
Yeah. No, I definitely, I really feel that. You know, I feel that phrase, you can't go to a clown with a knife and expect a hot dog.
No.
You know, and I feel that, and it's not happening, and it should stay that way. It shouldn't be happening. And I think that because of the fact that it's not happening, that we should open up a national conversation about this issue, you know, and talk about it, and, you know, get the information out there, and, you know, make sure that it continues not happening.
Yeah, and find out from the people, you know, like out on the streets, what the reason why it's not happening.
Mm-hmm.
You know, why are they not doing this?
Yeah.
Why is this thing not happening? And this thing that shouldn't happen and doesn't happen. And people are always talking about, oh, let's make sure everyone has equal rights. Let's make sure they can use their uteruses however they want. You know, handicapped people should have ramps.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
No one's really talking about what's not happening here.
All of that stuff, you know, and it is something that we should talk about because, I mean, just think about it. I mean, for example, I had, I didn't know somebody one time, and they didn't tell me the story about, you know, when they were at a fair one time, and there was this clown there doing its thing, and they didn't go up to the clown with a knife, and they didn't want any hot dogs, you know, from the clown, and they didn't want to use the knife to get it. And
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Know.
You know, that's an important story to tell, and I think something that everyone should know about. And I'm really glad that you opened up and told us this story.
Thank you.
You know, there's times that people, you know, aren't going to clowns with knives that maybe they should if they need to. But it's not happening. And this thing that's not happening is if you're just walking down the street one day and you see a clown and he just is like, hey, let me put my painted in you. That's maybe a time that you should have a knife.
Yeah.
When there's a clown.
If a clown was walking down the street and he just wanted to put his painted, you know, in you, you know, like,
yeah,
I'm not down for clape. I'm not down for clape. I'm not down for clapists.
Clapists. Let's explain to everyone what a clapist is. And this is something very important as well that we need to address.
I think we should definitely mention
that's
clape.
Not
as a
happening.
part of this whole thing. Clape isn't happening.
I mean, if you're in a clape support group out there, I apologize. I wasn't aware previously.
I wasn't either.
What a clapist is a clown rapist. And a clown rapist is just gonna, you know, grab you and just put his painted in you and just slap you with a rubber chicken.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
Whether you want it or not, they're just gonna do it.
I'm just not down for that shit, you know?
I'm not down for that shit either. I don't think anyone's down for that shit, but I mean, if you are down for that shit...
I don't know who would be. I really don't.
I don't know who would be.
And, you know, it doesn't happen, and we definitely need to talk about it, because it's not cool.
This is, you know... And I think in the future we're going to be addressing more issues that are not happening. But for now, just know that you can't go to a hot dog clown with a knife and expect a hot dog. And you can't you can't be a clapist.
No.
And these things are definitely not happening.
They're not cool. They're not cool.
I guess if it's something that you wanted, if a clown was on the street and just said, "Hey, let me just my painted in your," and then just slap you in the with the rubber chicken. If you really wanted that, if you were so gung ho about it, it's not clape.
It's not clape.
It's not.
It's not clape, and you're not dealing with a clapist, and you definitely should not go to that clown with a knife.
No.
And expect a hot dog, because I mean that's not even what's going on right there.
No, that has nothing. That's even so far removed from hot dogs that it's not even a conversation at that point. It's more about painted and rubber chickens. Yeah. At that point.
Uh-huh.
Now I know somebody that I don't know that I've actually never met that woke up after Fat Tuesday with clown paint just smeared all over their face. And this person that I don't know, that didn't tell me the story, was okay with it. And in that circumstance, it wasn't really clape. Yeah. It wasn't clape, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's voluntary clown pleasure.
Is that consensual clown sex?
Yeah, that might be consensual clown sex. However, you know, I mean, to me, when I hear that, I think of two clowns, you know, when they have sex.
So what is it called if a clown and a regular person have sex? But it's still a regular person because they're just a clown with makeup on. So it's
just a clown, you know, with makeup on, and it's just a regular person also who's having sex. So it would kind of be regular sex, but I mean, does it depends, because does a clown have a painted, you know, I mean, is he using his rubber chicken and all, you know, all of that also?
That's a whole other thing, because what if there's two people that are clowns but they don't have their paint on?
Okay.
Are those is that regular sex? Or is it still clown sex?
It might be. It really depends, you know, because I mean, clowns. I didn't know clowns don't wear their paint.
Sometimes they don't.
I don't know why they.
I don't know anything
do that.
about them. But
that would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
But if it